I should have died that night that I left the hospital. And truthfully, like, maybe we shouldn't put this on video, but it wasn't fair to him. I feel like he's doing kind of better now without you than he did, especially at the end. You are going to be dead, or you are going to be 80 years old in one of the biggest houses with tons of huge companies that you own, and nobody's going to be there with you.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Chris Baird. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by today. Wanted to bring you a video. Haven't done that in a few days. Figured I need to start picking my game up a little bit and getting this content out a little bit quicker for everybody. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm out here in Reading, Pennsylvania. At least I think that's how you say it. They spell it Reading, but everybody says Reading. It doesn't really make sense to me, but that's another story for another day. I'm out here on a road trip with CJ Faison. Out here on a 10-day ghost hunt / randonautica trip again. Out here getting some content for everybody. Super excited for that and what's to come from there. I am going to be bringing you guys some haunted videos on this channel right here from me. Maybe a randonautica, maybe a haunted trail or something in the future too. So I got some content cooking up for you guys. I promise I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to stop dropping content. Been enjoying it way too much lately. I want to thank everybody too for the last randonautica video that I dropped. The top 5 video. The support on that was seriously so amazing. I can't thank you all enough. It was super cool to see everybody leaving their comments and just, letting me know how they felt about that video, because I was a little bit unsure what people would think. And I was just happy with the way that it came out and how everybody reacted to it. So thank you all again so much for making that happen for me. I do appreciate it. Apologize if I sound a little bit stuffy. I'm just getting over a cold. Fortunately, it wasn't COVID this time around. I did end up having COVID back in November. I kicked my butt for sure. This was a little bit more of like a sinusy, a little bit of a bug. We're just getting over it. I'm a little stuffed up still, so I'll be good in a few days. Nothing to worry about or anything. But again, I do apologize if I sound more mumbly than I normally do. This is a video just to give you a little bit of a backstory. I've known CJ for roughly a year now, and he's a very unique individual, someone that I thought I knew, but I didn't really know. You can watch the videos and think you know somebody, but you don't really know them until you get to meet them and hang out with them in person. Aside from him being a super nice, genuine person who just really wants to help people, he's different, CJ is different. And he's not just the normal breed. He's someone totally different. Mostly when it comes to work ethic and the drive, the goals, the ambition, and just having things figured out, and not always having things figured out, but knowing what you want to do and maybe not knowing how to get there, but doing everything that you can and always giving it his best to get where he wants to be and be successful. So I told him I was gonna do like an interview style thing, and this is gonna kind of be that. I'm gonna ask him some questions. I gotta fire from the hip a little bit. I thought of a few things, but he doesn't know what I'm gonna ask him. So I'm gonna walk into his room here. I got his hotel key card in my pocket. I'm gonna walk in there and just gonna fire off some questions for him and see what he has to say. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you could also stop, make sure you're subscribed and maybe leave a like and a comment. Just let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you thought about the last randonautica video I did. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you want to see from me in the future, because I'm going to be doing some ghost hunting and some randonautica, and I'm going to be doing some videos myself, my own content that's not just with people. It is nice to have CJ here and him being so open and welcome to helping me and wanting to see my channel grow, and super cool of him to do this little interview. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to roll right into this.
I'll get you demonetized there, bro.
Appreciate that. It's kind of hard, I was just hyping you up, telling everybody how hard you work and everything, and you're getting yourself in better now. So kind of not really helping my story here.
No.
At all.
Well, if they all knew what happened Sunday, you'd probably have a little different perspective about how things went, man. So on Sunday night of this week here, it's not even been a week, I went to the hospital, and due to everything kind of going on in the healthcare world right now, I was not treated the way that a patient with what I had going on should have. They sent me home. I later on went to my doctor 2 days later after they told me I'd be, oh yeah, you're good, you're fixed, you're fine, all this kind of stuff, and I wasn't. I should have died that night that I left the hospital. They literally, they did nothing for me, and they gave me antibiotics and stuff like that to treat this, but my appendix almost burst. So we're still working on that. We're trying to basically schedule a surgery. There's a lot of variables. I mean, you hear people whose appendix almost burst and they take it out immediately. There's a lot more things that I won't get into. But yeah, it was very nerve-wracking, scary. Didn't know I was that close to death. Been near death, but not on the verge of it the way I was. I mean, I knew something was wrong, and unfortunately, the hospital I went to, they have this protocol that if you're not bleeding out of your head or dying from what's been going on the past 2 years, yeah.
It's crazy.
Damn 2-week curve to really worked, huh? So luckily it wasn't any of that or anything, but yeah, it's taking its toll on me, that's for sure. Jumped right back in the saddle, trying to go film less than a week later. Probably not my smartest move, but I enjoy this too much, way too much.
Yeah, I was telling them that, you like to typically work really hard, harder than pretty much anyone I've ever met. It's not just like physical labor, but it's like when you're at work, you're on the computer, emails, ideas, motivated. When you're home, you're in bed with your laptop, if you're in bed, or you're office editing, or
100 miles a minute.
So I don't know, like obviously, I mean, money's always going to be like the driver, right? Like we all love making money. I love 100%. Making money. You love money.
You can't wipe your ass without money. You can't do anything without it.
Yeah, no, but
it's all predicated on that. That's what life is, man. Yeah. Look around. It's big business. It's.
And I get that. I do. I understand. Like money makes the world go round, but I feel like there's got to be something more there. Like what? There's got to be something other than money that gets your ass out of bed every day, and it's like, all right, let's get after this. Like I just want to know. I want to know like what it is that drives you every day. Like what, and your discipline and everything. Like where does that all come from? What is that fire inside of you?
I use it as a deterrent from the outside world. So the whole deterrent is everything going on in my life. I've worked every single day of my life since I was 7. It's just most kids went to the community pool, or most kids went and did whatever. There's a couple of play days in there, but not like my friends and not like a normal childhood. So I only know how to work. I don't know anything different. I don't want to know anything different, to be quite honest with you. And I just think that's probably where I differ a lot from 99.9% of the world. People all the time, like I used to have friends, and I don't need friends like that anymore. I need friends around me who are gonna want to push to be bigger and better and do more and do better things for other people as well in life. So the deterrent basically means, I lost my dad. I started working more as soon as he died. That way I don't have to think about it as much. I think about him, but when you sit stagnant and still, you start thinking, and it's just natural from all of the BS in the world. I personally think they need to delete every news station off of every single cable vision, satellite TV, at your TVs at home. You start watching that stuff, it starts feeding you false information. You start sitting still long enough, your brain will start feeding you false information unless you train your brain to feed you positive information. And I think it's important, man. So it's kind of my way of putting my head in the sand and not having to deal with some of the hardships in life. If I just keep on working through it, I'm too damn busy to I've not one day yet taken a day to mourn the loss of my dad. The day I did was the funeral. And I can hear him in the back of my head right now saying, get your ass in gear. Keep going. You don't need to be sad over this. You need to keep going, keep growing, keep doing whatever it is that you want to do. So, even downtime like right now, I'm thinking of locations I want to go film. I'm thinking of all this different stuff, but at the end of the day, it's a diversion tactic for me to not focus on the negative shit in this world, man. It's a way for me to also understand a little bit more about myself and how I deal with things. But if you want to know like that motivation, I could sit here and give you a cliche bullshit answer. I just want more out of life. One day I am going to be dead and gone. Everybody is. You all watching this video, you're not making it out alive. I'm not making it out alive. It may sound harsh, but it's the truth. And there's there's a ton of stuff that you could say like, oh, I want to achieve this and I want to achieve that, and then you compare yourself to like a Steve Jobs or a Bezos or somebody, and that gets a long gap.
Yeah.
So it's got to be relevant to your situation. Like, how do you perceive success versus somebody else? Just because you don't have a private jet doesn't mean you're successful. Maybe you're successful at being like the world's most awesome mom. Maybe you're the world's most awesome chef at your local restaurant, and you serve a purpose to somebody, and that makes you successful in your own way.
Yeah.
So everybody probably gets confused with me because I'm very money driven, because you can't help anybody if you don't have money.
Exactly.
You can't go and provide for families. You know, I see comments. When I bought that truck, oh, you could have spent that, X amount of dollars on, donating it to, some type of cause or something. But what they don't realize is that truck that had custom wheels, lift, and tires on it, the person who hauled the metal to the GMC factory, that person benefited from it. The assembly worker benefited from that. Instead of just looking at one situation, you have to look at this and be neutral and understand that the economy has to continue thriving, and I donate to various charities. One of my favorite is the Horsey Family Youth Foundation. Does a lot with the kids in Delaware, kids that need stuff, want to play sports. It's an awesome organization. St. Jude Children's Foundation, or St. Jude's Children's Hospital, like that. Yeah. That stuff, like.
And I've seen enough. I mean, the one trip we went to in Baltimore, for reasons I don't really want to talk about, there was a lady broke down on the side of the road, and you literally gave her all the cash you had in your pocket because her car was broke down. Like, it's not like I just, so people know, like, it's not just like, oh, I donate. Like, you give people the money all the time. You gave someone like a few $100 last week. I forgot what the reason was for, but you pulled over and gave somebody money because
all the time
obviously,
stuff.
I mean, you can just tell some people maybe need it or they're not in a great spot. So it's not, let's say you're going to say you just waste your money on trucks all the time. Like, you do donate, but.
And then also on the flip side of it, you have to understand it from a business perspective. That truck is a write-off. I need a write-off. It's how business and economics work. It's you work as hard as you do to enjoy the things that you want to enjoy. And what I also think is that if you're going to work this hard and put yourself through an immense amount of pain, frustration, and time, you have to enjoy it somehow, or else you literally will go insane. I think so.
It is. It's something that, I don't know if people know this stuff. This is just something like very little, but I always picked up on. Like, you see that logo on your shirt right there. Like, you designed that.
Yep.
Every single motivated shirt that's ever been made has been designed, not just traced and illustrated, literally designed from scratch by you. So some people don't know.
Here, and then it goes to here, to my mouse, and then it goes to the computer, and then the file goes to.
I just don't think people don't realize how hard it is to design graphics.
It's tough.
And the past 4 or 5 videos you've seen have been edited by you because just the circumstances of being on the road. Dylan's been doing other things, and so again, it's
you do things different sometimes when it's your own. There's no shade towards Dylan at all. I have a vision for how I want the look of something to be, and Dylan does an excellent job getting it to that point. But when I'm on the road and we just filmed an incredible video, I have a problem, waiting to see the full result. Like, I want to see that. So the past 5 videos, 5 or 6 videos have been edits of mine, and then some of the footage I didn't get to on the road trip I give to Dylan. He's my full-time editor, and but sometimes I like to get a little bit creative and see, just keep your all's attention on the video, be able to tell the story to you all of what we're going through. How cold is it outside? Like a couple videos ago, I think I put the degrees thing and little graphics like that. I'm trying to give you all the sense that it's freezing, it's snowing, give you all that lookbook, I guess, of kind of what we're experiencing right then, and have you all feel like you're there with us. So
it's just, I don't know, and I want people to know that I'm not just making this video just to be like, oh my god, CJ's amazing, he's the greatest person, but
not?
No, sorry man, I know you're a great dude, but but it's about knowing someone behind the screen, but you don't actually know. Like, I don't think anyone knew that stuff. Your race suits for your race cars, your race cars in general, you design every single look and send them to the people who print the graphics off. The race suit company gets your thing for your race suits.
Yep.
I'll put it on the screen. You can see the 2 race suits he designed.
Yep.
Insane. The coolest.
Crazy.
To seeing them come to life like that.
It's cool. No, I think you all as literal family members is what I feel like you all are. I don't think you all get to understand, like, the creators you watch on YouTube, not just myself. 90% of full-time YouTubers, I'll say 99% of full-time YouTubers just do YouTube. I got my hand in so much. And it's, again, it's put me in the hospital 3 times. You think I'd learn by now. I guess 3rd time might be a charm.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping so, but...
I'm going to try to make that happen.
You have to understand, like, people have lives outside of the camera, and we have stuff we deal with. Maybe not, nobody deals with the same 2 situations, but we deal with situations as well. I know some people have it way harder than others, and I almost hate those comments that are like, oh, must be nice. I really fucking hate those type of comments. Must be nice. Well, how much, and it's easy, like, people can look at me and be like, CJ Heap must be a trust fund idiot. Far from it. My dad didn't leave me a single fucking thing behind when he died. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We were best friends, but he never wanted that image with me. Didn't.
Nice.
It is what it is, and the only thing he ever gave me in life was a hard time. But, joking around, he gave me a hard time all of the time. He taught me a lot about business, but I remember when I moved home from North Carolina in January 2014. I came home. I told Dad, I said, I want to take over the family business and run the family business. He said, perfect, you can come to work. I'll start you off at a salary of $300 a week. You're going to work 12 hours a day. I'm like, hey, no problem at all. $300 a week, as most of you know, that does not cut it. Not back in 2014, and realistically, definitely not now. Yeah. So, it's a lot of stuff. Just people don't understand. It's so easy to point judgment at stuff. There's actually some jackass on my Facebook from one of my areas I live in, and he was posting stuff about no inheritance and all this kind of stuff, and I don't think it was a jab at me or anything, but the amount of energy that he put into that post could have been turned around and he could have done something positive for himself or somebody else, but instead it's just spewing negativity. Like,
it's annoying.
If somebody does get inheritance, like, congrats to them.
Yeah, don't complain about it.
Life's not fair, never was, never gonna be, and hasn't ever been. So,
exactly.
Roll with the punch.
Shameless plug, but for just $5 a month, you can sign up and become a member of my Patreon. You get behind-the-scenes content, behind-the-scenes posts, one-on-one chats with me, live chats, live streams, and also you get to be part of my Discord. So if you want to sign up, just go to patreon.com/Chris Baird and become a member today. Just because you were born into the family business doesn't mean that you were born into $1 gazillion.
No, definitely not. That was not the case whatsoever, actually.
I feel like that says a lot about you, because I feel like if you were born into a ton of money, you would be on an island somewhere right now and not in Reading, Pennsylvania, making ghost hunting videos.
No. The reason why I do ghost hunting videos in YouTube is because I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right? Now, if I had, tons and tons of inheritance money or something along those lines, I probably wouldn't be, I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd have to do something else. I would literally go insane, but
maybe not, though. You might have a different mindset if you
might.
Again, you work so much because you've had to work for things your whole life.
I had zero choice.
Tell about the bubble gum. That's always my favorite story. I always tell about the bubble gum.
My dad had a pack of gum, and I asked him for a little stick of gum.
How old were you at that time?
This was 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, I was like, "Hey, Dad, can I have a piece of gum?" He's like, "Yeah, I think I paid like $2 or $3 for this or something like that." And then he's like, "Divide that by like 12 sticks of the gum in the pack, and like that's how much it is." He would never give me anything for free, and the simple fact is that he just never wanted me to be reliant on his success. He was a very successful person. I I've had to make every dollar on my own, and it's just been that way. I mean, instead of working 12 hours a day, I was working damn near 18 hours a day sometimes at the family business because I didn't want to let my dad down. I wanted to make him successful. And then I finally found that, once I actually increased business over 60% in less than 90 days. That's a whole story in itself, but I didn't see any of it. It's my dad's business. I don't deserve a damn bit of it. I don't. I truly don't. And if you think so, I think you're wrong. Just the way it is.
The world we live in.
If you're not self-made, you can't self-appreciate. And if you can't self-appreciate, then you're lost. So, I don't know. It's all about knowing yourself, I guess. Weird.
Sure. It is. It's just how you've been molded and, shaped your whole life. But it's a different story. I just think stuff like this is just cool for people to know, because I think
it is too.
You probably kind of have that image sometimes where you're like, oh, we got the nice truck. It's not handed to you. That money wasn't just floating around a bank account
you know how long it took me to get to a point to where but again, and this is a loaded statement that's going to this is a very unpopular opinion, but I've been talking to Chris a lot about this. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your background is. I look at anything with anybody and say, you have more time. There is no such thing as not having more time. I don't have time to, learn how to do graphic design and become a freelance artist and then go sign up for Fiverr.com and do little freelance jobs for 10 and 20 bucks here or there. I mean, you can literally learn everything off of YouTube. If you're watching this video, you have access to YouTube. So you have access to knowledge. Now, there's a lot of, what I consider to be charlatans out there, get rich quick schemes and stuff like that. And I've never been one person to want to sell knowledge or anything. If I have knowledge and you all have questions, I'd love to answer it. It's not my job to sell you on a course or some bullshit. I don't know. I can't stand that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But anybody can make money. Anybody can get themselves out of a rut. It's just understanding the mindset of saying, hey, listen, I'm not in a rut. I'm at a crossroads. Either turn left, right, straight, or go backwards.
Yeah.
And most people turn around because they're scared. It's weird.
That's true.
I could do a whole video on that, man. But learn a craft on YouTube. Then learn how to sell your service or sell your product and stuff. Everything can be learned off of YouTube. It's insane. And that's why I never went to college. There's one person in particular in my family. She came up to me and said, you need to go to college, and if you want to do business, you need to be in business school. I agree with that. I do say I had a little bit of an advantage with my dad. My dad was a businessman his whole life. He never worked for anybody, and he taught me a lot about business, but not enough to where I wouldn't fail. I've had so many businesses tank and crash and burn, and I've lost more money than I would want to even shake a stick at again. And if I could have every dollar that I've ever lost, holy shit. But man, it's one of those deals, dude. I had a family member come up and say, you're not going to amount to anything unless you go to college. And I looked right at her and I said, one day I'm going to make more in 1 month or 1 week, than you will make in a whole year. And person has a pretty good paying job, and I finally achieved that, and never went to her and said, look, nanny boo boo, but it's something that I know. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not here to get ahead of anybody. I don't care about competing with people. You see YouTubers all the time, they get into beef and stuff like that. I've had beef with people before, and I don't call you out. I don't say shit on the internet. I have no one person has zero. You have zero business calling anybody out on the internet. I get hate comments all the time. I'm not going to, fire back at that person. That person's got enough shit going on in their life that they have something in their heart that made them angry at me regardless of what it is. And they sat there, they typed out a comment, and they hit enter to try to get under my skin. And a lot of it is just jealousy. And I understand how this game goes. I'll never, you won't see me do that. It's out of my wheelhouse and character. It's just not my character at all, I guess.
That's a good thing, I think.
It's a really good thing. What I've wasted all of my energy pent up on somebody who I've never met.
Nor will you meet them.
No.
And again, like the whole point of this video, they will never know who you really are just because they saw you on camera.
If people could hang out with me for one day, your whole perspective would be changed. You probably think that guy is gonna die at an early age from a heart attack. Well, damn near dead 3 times now, or 2 times before this. So just reel it back just a little bit. And my dad actually said this. He said, but this is something I'll never forget. Right before he died. About 2 or 3 months before, he told me, he said, son, if you don't slow down, you are going to be dead, or you are going to be 80 years old in one of the biggest houses with tons of huge companies that you own, and nobody's going to be there with you. And I was like, what do you mean nobody's going to be there with me? He's like, there's no way that you could ever get married, have kids, or anything like that with the lifestyle that you live. It's just not possible. And I can't give the time that is needed. And I understand that. I have goals that have to be met and obtained in my personal head, I guess you would say. So that's weird, man.
It is. No, it's just...
This shit hits deep sometimes. Like, when Chris asked me if, it would be cool to do something like this on video, I was like, well, I think it's cool because this is the side of creators that you probably would never get to see. You see us having fun and having a blast. And it is. 99.9% of the time, we are having a blast. And, it's all made possible by all of you who watch the videos. It's probably what makes it even sweeter is being able to share memories with you all, and then for myself to go back and relive a memory that I had. It was so cool. I don't know.
It's nice having this
That's
channel.
why I love YouTube, man.
Well, that's the thing. You're talking about people like learning things. I mean, we have phones in our hand that are more powerful than the rockets that went to the moon in 1969 or whatever that was.
Dude.
Like, no way. That's great.
Take advantage of that. If you can afford a phone, all the information you need is in your palm.
Yeah, you've got access to anything. There's 100 different apps, and I'm actually gonna do. Hang on one second. I was actually gonna do a video about like business apps that I use on my phone.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
For like my vlog channel or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you? Yeah, I mean.
Y'all share. I'll share 3 of my favorite apps with you all that I use for business religiously.
So what do you got?
Now this is mainly for business operations. Now this isn't like my website for Shop Motivated or anything like that. These are apps that help keep me on track and task, all of that kind of stuff. So the number one thing that I do love using is Notion. Notion is an incredible app, and I'm not paid by them or anything like that. Notion is where you can note take, and you get a little to-do list, little graphs, spreadsheets. There's so much good stuff that you can take. My mind runs 100 miles a minute. The note thing in my phone is nowhere near close to being able and capable of doing what I need. That's the first one. Things is also a really good one. It's literally just called Things, and it's almost like a little checklist type of thing.
Okay.
It's kind of the same thing as Notes, just a little bit more advanced. You have to pay for that one.
Yeah.
And then another one is it's a real estate calculator app. So whenever I'm looking at a real estate deal, this app has everything like purchase price, cost to make rent ready, down payment, closing costs, years to pay off, interest rates if I was going to finance something, rents, utilities, vacancies. So whenever I'm looking at an apartment complex, I use this app. I put in all the information. I can save it in my app, and it also links with one of my Crexy accounts. So it's cool. It's neat. It's stuff people just never get to see.
No, that was pretty advanced.
But I use those 3 every day religiously. There's about 5 that I use every day. 10 I use weekly. So I don't
Yeah.
know, I might have to do a video about that.
You should, honestly. That's really cool stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, you showed me the real estate one before because we've been talking
It's
about that a
sick.
lot lately. But
It's sick, isn't it?
it's really cool.
It's super
what's out
easy
there.
though. Like you
Yeah.
can save everything in there, type all your numbers in, and like,
And then
out
people,
the door you go.
you're out. People talk about real estate like we're not using Zillow anymore. We're using Craigslist.
Yeah.
Craigslist
You're
is the
looking
one
on
to be.
Zillow, you're looking in the wrong place. That's not income producing properties. And another thing that I cannot stand, this drives me up a freaking wall, man, is people who say that buying a home is a good investment.
Oh, people are triggered right now.
A lot of people are triggered. It's not an investment. A home is a personal, you can classify it as an investment. But I'm going to show you all this. Hey Siri, what is the definition of investment?
Investment means the action or process of investing money for profit or material result. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
No, I'm good, thanks. So basically, a home is not an investment. A home, you are paying for somewhere to sleep, paying for somewhere, a constant variable in your life. That's what that is. Now, if you want to classify every real estate agent that I've ever talked to, we've gotten down to blows on this. Well, homes appreciate. Yes, they do appreciate. That's what your all's job as real estate agents are to do, is to help the market continue appreciating. Let's keep selling these homes. So that way, if Johnny and Sally want to sell their house that they paid $150,000 for 20 years down the road, maybe it's worth $300,000-$400,000 now because of inflation and market values changing. Who knows? It's not an investment. An investment is when you take your money and resources, your capital, your liquidity, whatever it is, and put it into a market or into an investment property that pays you money back. You buy a rental property. That's an investment. Your home, I've never understood that. And there's a lot of real estate people that disagree with that, but an investment to me is something that pays you residual or passive income coming in. Pays you a dividend of some sort, a yield, something.
Yeah. You don't make money sitting on your couch. That's not your
My house
isn't
has
paying
yet
you.
to give me $1 yet, Chris. And
How
I've been
much
there
did
3 years.
That water pump thing cost you? I mean, all that stuff. The water thing you had to change. Like that stuff doesn't.
Oh yeah,
the water switches.
Yeah,
you change.
it costs you. It costs. I'm constantly forking money. Like I have a very nice home, but it's if you all homeowners, you understand, you're constantly forking out money. And then the same thing. I'm going on a rant here, but you hear all these stories. Your uncle, he lost his shirt in real estate. You can't make any money. It's getting tougher. Yeah, it's getting tougher. You just got to be smarter. You got to do more research. My due diligence list, if I'm buying a property, I can tell you right now. "64 questions long is my due diligence list. When I go and evaluate any type of real estate deal, 64 questions minimum. That's just for an apartment complex. That's getting the rent roll. That's getting all of the different stuff. Insurance losses in the past 3 years. Have there been any? How much were they? I want copies of them. There's so much stuff that I want. I want to know everything I can about a deal so that way it can't come back and bite me in the ass. So I do a ton of investing. And that's what pays me back. Again, my house, it's money pit. You just keep on throwing money in there, landscaping, this and then that.
It just shut down. All right, so we're picking back up. The camera literally just overheated.
That's weird.
Very
Hot information.
Yeah,
they don't want this
spicy.
information getting out, man.
No.
They don't teach this in school. There's a reason why.
Top secret.
It's literally a reason why they don't teach this in school. So
Yeah, I think you were just talking about how you have all these questions when you go do real estate deals and everything. So
yeah, so in a nutshell, you have to look. When people want to invest, you gotta know everything you can about it. I don't do much in stocks. Very, very little. I probably have less than $20,000 in stocks. Maybe not even that anymore. I don't know. Here's one story for you. Oh my fucking gosh. Me, Chris, Jazz, and Dylan were at the Salisbury Mall.
You're gonna tell them? Oh my god.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
This one hurts me to listen to. So
He saw it. This is no bullshit. How much money could I cash out of in Dogecoin?
I'll never forget. It was $518,000. I've never seen that much money in a account in my life. It said $518,000.
Yep. And Chris said, you need to sell off now. That's a massive payday. Like, I think I put 40,000 in or something like that. I think 40 or 50,000 in Dogecoin. I went fucking dumb in Dogecoin. But I bought when it was just so ridiculously amazing. And then the price went up. I'm buying, I'm selling, whatever. And next thing you know, it was over $500,000. And I looked at Chris and I said, I'm not scared of this. I'm holding. Well, if you follow the price of Dogecoin,
Yeah.
I barely cashed out. I barely cashed out. I think I literally, man, once I saw it getting towards, well, I can't remember how much I put in. Once I saw it getting towards where I put in, I think I maybe made $400 or $500.
From like I don't know how much percent of a return that is, but I think it's a lot. It's a pretty good return.
Dumb return.
Well,
man.
and I mean, you guys kind of had good like logic. Like we had to watch poor little Dylan too throw his last $300 at it.
It's so bad for Dylan when he did that.
Yeah,
man.
but the thing was, Elon Musk was going on Saturday Night Live to be the Doge father, and he was pumping up Dogecoin. That was the whole reason we thought it was going to keep going up. This was like a day before, 2 days before it was going to happen, and boosh, that rocket blew up.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, everybody's like, oh, crypto this, crypto that, NTFs or NFTs, whatever the hell it is.
Here we go.
You all go buy some cheesy ass pixelated fucking picture. I know you're making money. I understand that. But once that money is gone and has run up, what do you actually have? I get it. Like, NFTs probably are a arm or a finger of the future, but guess what they're not making any more of, folks? Dirt. We're not making any more. It's physically fucking impossible to make more land. Once we're out, we're done.
It's over.
Once we built on every little piece of ground that we can legally build on, we're done. And then the prices go up. Okay? But guess what? Little Johnny in 3rd grade who learned about NFTs and has, Microsoft freaking Paint on his computer can go over there and wisp up some looking crazy character. And I get it. If there's people probably becoming millionaires overnight, that's great. I think that's awesome. It's not for me though, dude.
Not for
I
me.
like a physical asset. Something that I can pick the hell up or go visit. And I can do something with it that's going to produce income. Because guess what, folks? People are always going to have a place to live. We're always going to have transportation. We're always going to have to eat. We're always going to have to wipe our ass. So if you're in the toilet paper industry, if you're in the car industry, the food industry, or housing, you pretty much have a very solid type of future. And that's what I invest in. That's what I believe in. So... I mean, technically I have a bidet at my house, so I guess, I still have, with toilet paper. But
exactly. It's still, you gotta have it. It's not going anywhere. Not everyone's got bidets, so you're good.
I mean,
might slow down a little bit, but
we might slow down a little bit, but create better toilet paper. I don't know.
Exactly, yeah. It's pretty cool.
There's some...
It's a good way to look at it.
Dude, I don't know. I think it's like, if maybe there just wasn't, if people weren't so, like, heavy, like trying to shove it down your throat, like, oh, NFTs, bro, future, rah, rah, rah. Oh, yeah, like, I know all this shit. I'm like... Congrats. Like, I think it's good. You need to know everything you can about that, but where's the physical asset? Yeah. There's no tax advantages of that. There's tax advantages to owning property. People don't understand that. 1031 exchanges. Guess what? This is what's crazy. Y'all are gonna learn something here. I don't know if y'all know what a 1031 exchange is, but let's say I buy this piece of property right here. Let's use a round number of $500,000, right? I fix it up. Put a little bit of lipstick on the pig, make it look good, whatever. And then 2 years down the line, it's income producing property again. 2 years down the line, it's like, property values have gone up a little bit. Now thing's worth $750,000 after all the work I've done to it, and inflation and all of this kind of stuff. You hedge inflation with real estate. That is literally how you hedge inflation. If you got $100 sitting in the bank, guess what? from what it was back in 2000, in the beginning of 2020 to now, I think you now have like $93. Like, you literally have less spending power. You still have $100, but you can do less with it. So what you can do with real estate is hedge inflation. So you bought it for $500, you put a little bit of money into it, you've held it for 2 or 3 years, and now you go and sell it for $750,000. Now, obviously, you're going to have to pay tax on your gains and on your money that you made off of the property, because that's what you have to do. That is your way of saying, hello, thank you for letting me live here in the United States, wherever you are. I don't even know if they do this in other countries, but here in the U.S., that's what they do. So now, guess what? I got another piece of property. So I sold that for $750,000, right? So I got $250,000, okay, that you would be taxed on. Now I see this beautiful piece of property over here. This thing is $1 million, or let's just call it $750,000. Now I can buy this property for $750,000, and I didn't pay a dime in taxes. That's how people do it. That's how people in real estate elevate. And yeah, you sold an NFT and you may have made $300,000, but guess what? Congrats, 50% of that's going back. Not ever going to be seeing that again. You got to pay taxes on it, dude.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. You're not cheating the system. You're not doing anything. Like people love to shit on our government, but they really do a nice job with, especially real estate. If they did it with like, a car or something like that, that's a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But something that can produce income for people and stuff, and whether or not you figure out ways to do it. I personally know 2 people who had, no credit score, $0 in the bank, and were able to do their first real estate deal. They did owner financing. They, again, just because you like a property and you're like, oh my gosh, I really like this property here. This is so cool. I don't have any credit. I don't have enough money. You just have to find that one piece of property that is the right one that the owner will finance it. There's properties all out there, and it makes more sense for an owner to owner finance you stuff sometimes, because guess what? If you default on that loan, he gets his property back plus all the money you just paid him.
Yeah.
It's genius.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win for him. It's crazy, man. There's
That's
so
cool.
much. I love talking about real estate and stuff, man. I love talking about investments, but
Dude, that car wash vlog was like one of the most fun ones I ever filmed. Just
Cool.
in general, like, no hate to anybody. One of the most fun things I've ever filmed. Just because I didn't know a ton. I've never been
learned a
looking
lot,
at
right?
abandoned car wash. Like,
yeah.
it's cool. I'm learning a ton.
I've researched car washes, Chris, for four full years. I know every little detail about a car wash.
You were naming off like automatic machines and things. Like, what are you talking about? The auto wash Patron 3000.
The hog head brush versus, you want more of a fine brush than a coarse brush. You don't scratch somebody's car. It's
The rubber tips.
so much that you have to learn. But if you're willing to get the knowledge, go after the knowledge, damn near anything's possible.
Yeah.
Become an apprentice with, a management company and real estate and stuff like that. Real estate's tough. I'm not even gonna sit here and say it's easy. It's not. It is the toughest game possible, but it's got its advantages, and there's deals out there. They're harder to sift through. There's a lot of stuff out there to sift through now. So
Yeah, I think I jumped in head first and found out the hard way. That, at least for me, selling has been tough. So we've been talking. Yeah.
You went.
I think maybe the wrong direction.
You went dig deep in something that was like,
I didn't know what I was doing.
It's all good though. That happens, man. That happens.
I kind of think, we've been talking about real estate maybe to end this video off because it's been almost 40 minutes now. But
wow.
Maybe we can talk a little bit about your new company that you've been working on, and maybe a little bit of my role and what I'm going to be doing in the future. So
I don't particularly know how like you've been in a lot of videos just because we did take 2 long road trips and stuff, which were great.
Yeah.
But Chris wants to continue real estate, and again, I've talked to him a lot about real estate and the advantages of commercial real estate.
Not just selling.
Producing, not selling real estate. This is I'm not owning a real estate brokerage or anything crazy. I would never want to do that. But I got a company that is basically launched, and it's going to take a lot of management, a ton of management. When you start getting over 12 rental units, you need a management company or you need a full-time person. 12 units and less is hard to hire someone full-time to manage that. And it's literally a full-time job. You're going to be chasing rent money. You're going to be evicting people sometimes. Unfortunately, that's just you don't want to, but it's just, you have to. You know, as a landlord, I hate that term. Landlord sounds like almighty, but I don't really know, as a landowner that rents housing or space to somebody, you know, I have bills to pay as well on the property. You got property taxes, you've got insurance, you've got overhead, you've got employees, stuff like that. You know, you really have to stay on top of everything. And unfortunately, people destroy your property. There's a lot of stuff. So I you know, was talking to Chris about all of this, of what I was doing on this previous road trip and the car wash and all of that. And he wanted to be really involved. And I need people. I need 4 people at this point. 4 really, really, really good people at this point. And that's where I started talking to Chris. I'm like, I didn't want to make you feel in a weird position just because of history and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know, I'm sure Chris is going to come along for more videos.
That's the plan.
Not full time, unfortunately. It's just, again, YouTube is where I have fun. I have to focus on business, what makes money, what provides jobs for my employees, and things along those lines. But you know, Chris is probably going to take up one of a management role in this new company. You know enough about residential. You're still learning a lot about commercial. There's a lot of stuff to learn there, but
tons.
You'll get it. It's like anything, man. So we're gonna try to transition Chris possibly out of Florida within the next, you know, 2 or 3 weeks. He's going head first. I mean, sorry, Chris, but you're gonna be changing light bulbs and, you know,
stuff I've grown up doing.
Light bulbs at the car wash and doors and windows. You know, it's more management type stuff. Just staying on top of things. I need help bad. I truly need help. I can't keep, you know, sacrificing my health for all this kind of stuff.
But
so
part of it too is, you know, like scouting new properties. So if you decide you want to go to Reno, Nevada to look at property, but also maybe we make a trip to Tonopah and do some ghost hunt, like.
And that's exactly what.
That's kind of how we. Yeah. So this is what this is going to transition into. People think I'm just behind the camera, like just because I want to be here, but I'm in this for the real estate because this is what I want.
This is your future. You are not going to, no offense, but you being behind the camera and my YouTube stuff.
Yes.
I pay you.
Yeah, you do.
But it's, you know, it's not a full-time thing.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination. But you're getting to do what you want, and it's kind of a cool thing. Like we can go look at, you know, apartment complexes out in Reno or Vegas or wherever. There's actually how many, 32 or 34 units or something
huge.
like that.
Yeah, it's almost 40.
That we're gonna go look at, and we're gonna spend 2 full days on that, and then we're gonna try to squeeze in like maybe 2 or 3 days of filming. So kind of doing that type of thing, and again, this is I think you knew what you were getting into in Florida. It's a lot harder to start that ball of money rolling when you know no one down there except for your one friend.
I'm not gonna lie, like I honestly thought it was gonna be like, I really did. I thought I was gonna go down there, take the course, get my license, then like, boom, I'm making thousands of dollars a month. Like I really thought it was gonna kind of be easier just because of how busy Florida is, but it's very competitive
right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everybody's got their own realtor. Hey, I know a guy who, you know, knows a realtor or whatever, but
it's
that's
not
a rough one, dude.
I experienced it, and it's just not. I did not enjoy it.
How shitty was that?
It was just the people, man. The people were awful. They were so bad. Like people say New Yorkers are assholes. Those people were so miserable.
Well, it's like a melting pot in Florida, I think is what they call it. It's kind of the same thing with Delaware. Everybody from everywhere kind of comes in. You can tell people who have lived there their whole life. And then people who move there. I don't know.
It's just hard because I didn't know. I mean, I'm still learning. So they want someone who's really experienced when they're selling these nearly $1 million homes, which I don't know. I wouldn't pay $10 for something.
Well, it's like the training that you're going to go through.
Yeah.
You know, Chris is probably going to go through. How long was it for? 6 weeks? 8 weeks?
Yeah, I think it was 8 weeks.
Something like that. In order, if he's going to manage properties, he has got to know everything.
Yeah.
Literally every little detail about things. I mean, like here, I'll share something with you.
And I love learning, so I don't want people to think that I don't, because this is super exciting for me, just to be. I can't lie, I'm closer to home now, which is going to be nice. You know, when we make this happen.
Yeah.
Instead of
You
18
can visit
hours,
a little bit more. You'll be able to
6 hours.
be a little bit more nimble.
Yeah. The family. And
So,
everything.
for instance, like there's a lot of real estate deals in the process right now, and in my world right now. So, Chris, he's got to learn everything he can. He's got to learn about Phase 1 environmental site assessments, radon, asbestos, lead, methane, copy of operating statements for period of seller's ownership in over 2 years. He's got to learn what rent roll is and payroll roster, detailed list of tangible personal property owned by the seller used at the property, all this. There's so much that he has to learn within what I need, so that way he can manage a deal, he can help evaluate deals, and then bring them to the table. And again, when I got over a minimum of 64 questions, it's a lot. And some of these are requesting documents that are 30 to 60 pages long sometimes, that you gotta know what you're looking at. You can literally, you always hear this, I said it earlier in the video, your uncle lost his shirt when he tried to invest in real estate because he didn't understand. Yeah. I don't get into anything if I don't understand all of it. That scares shit out of me, dude.
Oh, you gotta do your research, put your time in.
Yeah, but there's 100 different things that he's gotta learn, and he's willing to do it. He's interested in it, and then maybe one day, like I told him, I said, listen, man, if you get to a point where you think you can go and do this stuff too on your own,
yeah,
I hope that you do.
That's
I
the
hope
ultimate
that
goal.
You do this for yourself. So I think it's cool.
I don't want to have a boss the rest of my life. I really don't.
No.
I want to be my own person and do my own deals eventually, and I think this is going to be a quicker path to, me just working by myself.
It's more stable though.
Oh, it is, absolutely.
Like you do your own, like let's say the one day you do one of your own deals. Okay, well guess what? If you sold this house last month and next month you don't sell any house,
I'm not just like a commission.
Geez, I could never be commission based sales type of person. That would drive me up a wall.
I went down there with the money I had saved, but I almost had to sell my dirt bike because I was running low on.
No shit.
I was very close to, just so I was had a cushion again, because my cushion was thin sheet after I was done. Not that I just don't want to take a loan out for something like that, because who knows how long it's going to take to recover.
Yeah, and loans are always.
Yeah, but people are always going to be like, oh, you're just doing the same stuff you were doing before. Like, yes, you are going to see me behind the camera with CJ, because Dylan is taking a different role inside of the auction and everything.
Dylan's actually taking a different role, kind of a management type of position too, and editing the video. So at some point, we're going to have to bring in, another full-time editor, because Dylan is learning stuff about other businesses that I own and how to manage certain accounts, manage certain different portfolios, stuff like that. So it's cool. I like to see people do good, and Dylan is really, Dylan has a girlfriend that he's very, very serious about now, and I'm so stoked for him for that.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's good.
It's him being happy at the end of the day.
You can't ask for anything more.
No, and
100% happy. Both of them smile all the time. I love seeing that, dude. They are actually really, really good for each other.
That's what they're meant to be.
Yeah. So, he wants to be able, Dylan lived on the road with me for 2 years, editing, camera, just go, 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 go. You don't have a life. You do not have a life. He did not have a life for 2 years. Now he does. He's, tasting what, bittersweet freedom is what I call it.
Yeah.
And I can't blame him for that. It's my job as an employer to understand what my employee needs. Mm-hmm. I understand when Dylan came to me, he was single, hungry, ready to conquer the world. Mm-hmm. He's still ready to conquer the world, but now his appetite has changed in different areas of his life. Not a single thing wrong with that. But as if you have a boss and it's fucking leadership's so backwards these days, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing to talk about, just you adapting. You being a leader and being able to adapt to your employees so they come to work happy and ready to put their effort into you and not just be like, oh, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, does it make sense for me to come into work and be mad at you for you want something different in life now? Like, people, I've had an employee, I won't say a name because it didn't work out in the end, but he's still a great guy, I'm friends with him. But an employee came to me one day and was like, hey, I want to be a manager here. I want to run the whole show. I said, perfect. I'll put you on the streamline and we'll start getting you trained, learn everything. You're going to do a lot of different oddball jobs, but you got to learn how to do every little thing in order to manage. And he said, yeah, it's no problem. So we went through that. About 8 months into it, him and his wife started a family. They were going to have a kid. Priorities change. It was my job to understand that his priorities changed. He still wanted that position, but I had to evaluate the hours I was putting him through to streamline him quicker to get there. I had to throttle that back a little bit and kind of make it a little bit more of a less sharper angle to the top. But I mean, it's just it's your boss's duty to help you succeed.
Yeah.
It is.
Very simple.
Your boss should not be complacent and should want his boss's job or the owner's job, and everybody moves up, and then the company grows. It's just
people get old and retire, and new people come in all
Exactly.
the time. It's a circle. It's literally a circle of life.
It's like recycling. It's just coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out, and sometimes people last with you years and years, and some people don't.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. It's good to kind of like get this stuff out there because people are always like, "Oh, you're with CJ a bunch, you're with CJ a bunch." Like,
it seems like a lot because when we go and film, there are some times when we are filming 2 and 3 videos a night.
Yes.
Like there's one road trip where we almost killed ourselves. Like, we were at the end of it. Like, Chris was driving my Tahoe back, and I'm over here in the passenger seat, and I'm like, and I wake up, and Chris is like this at the wheel. Like, we were zombies, but we have a lot of fun, and
this is literally the dream job. I literally couldn't. We talk about that a lot lately too. Just
being able to go and travel, man, is a dream. And I never in my life, like, I always looked at you as like you're a great friend, man. Like, it was cool. I got to meet you through jazz, and to be honest with you, man, I can't really say that. I was gonna say, like, if the day comes where you go and do things on your own.
Yeah.
It's not if, it's when that day comes that you go and do things on your own.
Yeah.
I hope that you help somebody else out. Like, it's help grow them and
think about that a lot.
Flourish, but
that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's just crazy to see. Sometimes things work out, sometimes it doesn't. Some shit falls apart, some stuff builds together and then falls apart, whatever.
Yeah.
It might work out. You might say, fuck this in 30 days, and you'd be like, I'm out of here for this, man. I didn't sign up for none of this. You didn't tell me I was going to have to be changing doorknobs and crazy stuff too, and like whatever, but
8mm wrenches and everything,
8 millimeters. 8 millimeters. It should be standard, not metric sizes. I hate that.
Oh, so good.
Oh.
Nah, it's just, I think we've all been kind of hit with some life lessons over the past few months and unexpected things, and we're trying new things all the time. You've been trying to work on new businesses, and I've been trying to just figure out what path I want in life, and it's not always like what you think it's going to be. Things change, and like I said, motives, objectives change. I think I realized that Florida is not really the place I want to live at this point in my life, as well as work.
A little bit of a crazy place down there, but that's just my opinion. You do what you want, bud. But
if I could, sit on the beach all summer and just drink beer and not do anything, good place to be in the summer for sure.
Probably the place to be. Yeah,
but I want to work, and there's a lot of stuff I want to learn and accomplish before I'm at that point. Yeah. Maybe 10, 20 years from now, I will be on the beach in Florida. Yeah. But for now, I want to learn as much as I can.
I hope you don't take any disrespect to this whatsoever.
No, not at all. Just throw it out there.
This might be tiptoeing on stuff, but oh man, this is weird, but I feel like you are exploring your potential, and when you and Jazz split, there was a fire in Jazz that was like, it helped him a lot. Like he's growing, dude. Like
Yeah,
his views are fucking crazy. And I'm
They're
not
awesome.
saying that you were hindering views.
No.
I'm not trying to get hate or anything like that from any of you watching this video or anything. But
No.
like, you know, Jazz and Ben from the videos I've seen, they complement each other really well.
They do.
You two did too, but like near the end of it, like you were checked out, bro. Like
I started again when you know what you want in life.
right.
And again, it's not I
And
hate
it
towards
wasn't-
Jazz. It's,
And truthfully, like maybe we shouldn't even put this on video, but it wasn't fair to him.
it wasn't. No, you're right.
You know what I mean?
You're 100% right.
But I feel like he's doing kind of better now without you than he did, especially at the end.
Yeah.
Like you two are the duo.
Yeah.
Always will be the OG duo, but
I mean, there were times
like
where
look at him now. Like, you know, when things happen, he took what was given to him and he's done better out of it, dude.
yeah, his
It's
views have
crazy.
just gone up, and he's been growing fast. And there were points where I thought he might have just kind of told me he was gonna like quote unquote fire me, because it wasn't that I wasn't into it, but I was kind of just like, I don't really want to do this anymore. But it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard breaking that bond, because we still are really close friends, but
Yeah.
being best friends with somebody and then being like, well, I don't really want to work with you anymore.
It's tough, dude. It's weird.
Maintaining the friendship, that was the hardest
weird.
thing. So
Very weird. But
it still sucks. I miss the dude. I miss filming with him, but
I mean, I just talked to him the other day. I wanted to get everybody together and film. It was actually Jazz's idea. He's like, yo, let's get everybody together. Let's do like this big collab. And I was like, that would be sick.
yeah.
And I think it would just be a ton of fun to be able to get the whole gang together and just go on a fucking crazy road trip. Or just go to Vegas again for like a weekend and just film all the crazy antics
Some
and stuff,
vlogs
man.
or something.
But I remember the first time Jazz and I actually went to Vegas. This is the first time I ever fucking met the guy. Or second time I
Yeah,
ever
you
met the
guys
guy.
were just like, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah, and I just hit it off, man. It was cool, but it's cool to see everybody doing well. I hate to see when things crumble apart. Everyone hates it. No one likes change.
Yeah.
But everybody came out better. I mean, you struggled, but you're gonna come out eventually down the road. You know what I mean? Come out better on top, and Jazz certainly did. Dylan certainly is. He's gonna be coming out on top through, and it's just changes. It's evolving in life and stuff, man. There's not much more that you can ask for than for everyone to grow and evolve. So
People are so scared of change, and you just can't. Change is good. You gotta embrace it and adapt. And
yep.
honestly, I think that if I was still working with Jazz, again, his content wouldn't be what it is, and I think I would be a miserable person because
You would be
not
holding him back.
Be holding him back
at that point.
Yeah,
because you're not in it.
And, yeah, it wasn't.
And that's the thing. Like,
It wasn't him. It was something to do with that. I love the dude. He's like a brother to me, a great friend, and just
yeah.
I realized what I wanted, where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. And
Yeah, definitely.
so I mean, it's good changes. It's, I still get the hate, like, oh, you switch sides. It's not a side thing. It's
You never can switch sides technically.
no, I didn't switch
Like,
anything.
Dylan met this damn girlfriend, and like I called Chris. And I was like, "Yo, I need you.
Yeah, I need some help.
I need fucking somebody ASAP now." But nah,
it is what it is.
unfortunately, it's
People are always gonna start drama that's not there. It's
unnecessary shit, man.
Yeah, it's none of that. I still want us all to be friends, and we all still talk, and there's nothing to worry
No
about
hard
there.
feelings anywhere. So
No, and I'm just, again, love seeing everybody grow and succeed. And
Yep.
You want to succeed, I want to succeed. I'm sure Jazz and Ben want to succeed, and I think
they're flourishing, dude.
they're doing great. So
They've
been traveling a ton.
crazy.
yeah, comments, all that stuff's just constantly going off.
I've
so.
never seen anybody get more comments on a fucking video than him.
The comment to view ratio doesn't make sense half the time.
Holy shit.
It's cool to see though. So
Cool, man. I like
Yeah.
to see people do good, dude. I don't
all
like
that
to see
matters.
people struggle, that's for sure.
no, but I do want to ask you, like, when we get back to Delaware, be there for a little bit after we get back. I know you got like a little podcast studio set up kind of thing. I think like a long form something like this would be kind of cool. Like, would you be down to sit and actually bring
2-3
questions?
hours.
I'm
But
serious. Yeah.
y'all comment below questions, whatever it is.
I'll bring you
Nothing's off
some
limits.
Dr. Pepper, whatever you need.
I get Dr. Pepper for 4
Okay, I
and
use
water.
Dr. Pepper and water, and we'll shotgun some, and Just talk. We'll just talk and it'll just be good. I won't be stuffy as mumbled as I am right now, so it'll be
part of it. Shit.
Good conversation.
Works for me, bro.
That's cool. All right, well, that's it for this edition of CJ and Chris Show.
It's a cool name. I like it.
Yeah, got a little ring to it. But yeah, thank you for answering the questions. That's kind of cool. And I guess maybe we'll do this again sometime.
Sounds good. You headed to your room?
Yeah, I'm going to bed. I've added this.